starting off in a very good way. I was so kind of powerful, feeling powerful with the previous speaker, Dr. Titus Okotibi, and he started off with a good faith and giving us the Bible verses and started this morning in such a beautiful way. Thank you very much for starting that one. So today I'll be talking about how to leverage community when building for global impact. So when I saw this year's theme, building for global impact, actually I smiled. So because that's the that's the story of my work in the STEM, in the gender equality and the community building for the past, I will say, 2 decades at least. But here's the secret. So every global change that I have been a part, it started very small. It's a conversation, maybe at the coffee shop, maybe a group of one or two, three volunteers, sometime in a library basement, or the Zoom call with a sometimes a shaky Wi-Fi phone call. So we took time to build a community. So I will be honored to share my tested recipes, my 5 principles that guided me to transfer small and the local and that initiative that helped me to do some building in the cross borders and some sustain some long and the first work. And I promise it's not going to be the list of the like, abstract ideas there. We will be sharing some practical strategies, and feel free to jump in any time that you find that you like to share some ideas. Do let me know. Then we will be sharing some ideas too. So we are here for, I guess, 25, 30 minutes. And by that time, we will be sharing some practical strategies and leverage community to a true force multiple for the impact. And thank you, Sam. And thank you for the other organizer for leading that one. So it is very important for me to acknowledge the land where I am, although I'm not in the country as of now. But again, I always acknowledge my land. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I believe in the Creator gifted us with this land that we are blessed to share and care for together. So, in that spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that we live, we work, and we learn and play on the Treaty 1 and Treaty 2 territories and the ancestral lands of Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji, Cree, Dakota, and Dene, and the homeland of Métis Nation, where some of our Inuit brothers make their home. And our water is coming from the Show Lake 40. So it is, again, it's my personal thing that I like to do land acknowledgement all the time. So in that we will be talking about today's talk to just to stick on the topic, we will be talking how to leverage communities when building for global impact. We'll be talking why community matters and some principles, some practical strategies and the challenges and how to overcome them. So I'll be sharing that the movement that actually changed my perspective. So here is one of my students, Stephanie. So during pandemic, when everything stopped, we came up with some ideas. So she did some experiment in her basement. When she was inspired that the food in the north is not enough and it is very, very expensive to get the food. So she came up with the idea, she made some hydroponics trials and she made some low cost food recipes. And it not only she got the prize, just a simple prize, but she got best in 500 students from all Canada wide. So that was the moment. That was a moment that I was realized, yes, there is a powerful. There is the moment that people, like little kids that not so little now, they can change. They can change the community. So again, we as the stories stick to our head, so I will not be sharing much statistics, but again, some more stories like I was involved in the project that was connecting rural girls in Manitoba with the women engineering from Kenya, from India, and from Brazil. So every 2 weeks, they would log into the virtual mentoring session. So one participant, let's call it Sophia, just a random name. So she was not speaking at all first. So she kept her camera off. She was nervous. So I thought we might lose her. But something shifted. She worked on the project, creating a portable water filtration system for her community. So 6 months later, Sophie was leading her school's robotic club, and she was gone from silent observer to the community leader. And today, she mentored many, many other girls. So that's the multiplier effect of community. So you start with a one person, one connection, and suddenly you have sparked a ripple and that touched dozens and even hundreds of life. I'm sure that you can think about any movement that when you came to Canada, that maybe somebody helped you. Now it is your turn to give back to the community. Okay, let's try one thing. I'm not sure if you have heard about the word Mentimeter first. Can you please go to the Mentimeter for a 30 seconds or so? You can enter this code 72825850 with the no spaces and maybe response to the first question as they appear. I will not be spending too much time, but again, this is a very, very simple question. If you can help me out there, just one question, and let's see the results. Again, if I lose you, do let me know. Okay, here. So the question is, what do you hear the word community? When do you hear the word community? What is the first word come to your mind? Yes, I can hear some word. Humanity, some people, service, community. What do you think about community here? I'll appreciate if some of you can join us with that some word. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just opinion of community because we are talking about the global community here. Okay. Yes, culture, unity, oneness, togetherness, culture. Yes, all great. Maybe I'll give 5 or 10 seconds, please. These are all good words. Oneness, sharing, service, group of people, togetherness, culture. Yeah, already. So I'm going back to my there. Thank you very much. And please keep on adding. We will visit that in a bit once you finish that answer. So the power of collective actions. So we work as a community. And then when we work as a community, three things happen. We align around a shared circle. So the shared purpose give us that direction. I'll give you some example again. The Greta Thunberg, she started the project alone in the Swedish parliament. And you might have heard her name, the Greta. Now she is a pioneer. She is the first one and who is doing the climate strikes that is happening worldwide. So when we combine our diverse skills to create better solution. So diverse skills, background, resources to combine problem sooner, faster. So look at the COVID. What happened during COVID? Lots of people, lots of scientists, they put their head together and from different communities, people from Africa, people from UK, people from India, people from all over the places, they put their head together, they started the research, they created their diverse skill, somebody doing the data analysis, somebody doing experiment, they came together and we found somewhat solution. We came up with the vaccination for a better solution. And with a collective action, we build sustainability. That is the impact that lasts beyond us, from grassroots climate movement to the open source medical tools. We communicate practice. Again, in the Winnipeg, there's a group of environmental activists. They team up to teach students to create an app, and they kind of In the app they have a map like where to drop off, and student graduated themselves and the student learned themselves, and it was a community that they built it. So communities are powerful engines for change, but when you mix them, the STEM, then you get a really boost. And the STEM advantage, so STEM gives you the tool, but community will give us the purpose, like AI and agriculture. So data scientists in Canada collaborated with other farmers to develop AI-driven prediction tools. The tech alone would not work. The farmers made them unstable in the real world. So accessible healthcare, again, in India, women-led makerspace created 3D printer in prosthetics for the fraction of traditional cost. And the local aptitude, they tested prototypes, making them comfortable and functional. And then student to student waste solution. I'm just talking about the STEM advantage example here, that in Winnipeg, the high school student, they teamed up with the peers in Ghana to tackle waste. So together they are designing low-cost composting system, and now they're using it in both countries. They're using it in Canada, they're using it in Ghana. So this is the innovation through the diversity. That's the STEM advantage that we are talking. So inclusivity at a growth engine. So inclusive communities are not just morally correct; they are strategically smart. So, in one research I was wondering other day, the McKinsey research that shows gender diverse teams are 25% more likely to outperform financially. So, Harvard Business Review, they found it that the diverse teams are better at anticipating market shift. So I was just reading an example in Rwanda, a gender balanced engineering team. They developed a solar power irrigation system. So women farmers input doubled crop yields. So detailed man only teams had missed. So again, there are some other companies in Canada. They had other competition in EDIA. People who are not familiar with the EDIA, it is equity, diversity, inclusion, and accessibility. So that creates the creativity. And again, accessibility ensures no talent is left behind. So I'm going to share that principle that worked with me and might work for you. Feel free to change it, feel free to adapt it, take what you like and leave what you don't like. So the principle one, start with a relationship. I really believe in the relationship. You need to build a trust before asking for action. So global impact that built with a local trust. I work with the First Nation communities here. Truly, I'm not so familiar with the First Nation culture, but again, I am not shy to ask them. I go there and ask, how do we do it? You start building the trust before taking action. It's better to ask than to be sorry. You just humbly ask, how do I do it? How do I present it? So you ask them, and then you can start action. Then co create the vision. You need to stay engaged with the communities in designing the solution. People commit deeply to what when they help design. I believe in that one. When they feel they're a part of team, yes, they will help you. They will co-create the vision. They will engage in you. But again, if you're just leading all the time, they might like it for some time, but again, they will give up easily. So engage them all the time. And it will bring some diversity, some inclusion, and their perspective. So in the one of the STEM program that I was working with the refugee youth, so instead of dictating the curriculum, we asked, what do you want to build? Then they created some multilingual app, right? Then the newcomers were hosting the job because they had an idea, and they worked day and nights and weekend and engagement. Because again, we are talking about them. What is in for me? People like to know. Why do I care? Then empower. Don't just engage them, provide them the tools, provide them the knowledge, provide them the autonomy. I'm really appreciative of your seminar that you're doing it now at the Impact Leaders. And some of you are joining us now on the Saturday morning, and this shows that you're committed. And I'm sure that some of you will be joining us later too online. So again, we are trying our best to give you the tools, give you the knowledge, give you the autonomy, so that again you are powerful, not just engaged, but again powerful yourself. Then context across border. I was just sharing my picture from actually 2 days ago. I'm here in Arizona. I get chance to go to Mayo Clinic. Some of you are graduate student, you might be reading the stories from the Mayo Clinic. We would learn the case studies, case stories, and it was really amazing to see the first-hand labs, the culture they're developing here in the Mayo Clinic. I truly did not know anyone there before, but I connected. I connected some of them through the LinkedIn. I connected some of them through friends of my friends. Seriously. So this is how I built. I connected across the borders. And really, I can say I have 4 friends there now at the Mayo Clinic. And I was so pleased they invited me again. So I'll be doing the talk. Stay tuned. I'll be doing the talk there soon. And you know what? I was just truly I was visiting there. I made some connection. I had a talk with them, and they're lovely people. I was so kind of appreciative and thankful for their grace that not only they showed me the facility, they gave me this book. They gave me this book. This is a again healing power book. I'm looking forward to learn that book. Again, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Truly. So another, celebrate and share stories. We like to hear everyone's stories. Stories stick to our head, then celebrate it. You can celebrate it maybe if you have a circle, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, try. Who knows what? Then you are going to inspire and attract an allies. So it attract other people. As I was just sharing, I think we met impact leaders through LinkedIn community too. So I'm connected to this summit through the LinkedIn. So celebrate it. Share your own story. So sharing a single success story can draw new partners, new funders, new advocates. So these are my kind of main 5 principles that I'm truly sharing. This worked well for me. And again, how do you build and mobilize communities? For all this principle, you have to do some kind of groundwork too. It's not coming to your own. Map your community. You need to know what is there, who is missing, what can you do, how can you leverage your own skills, and blend the digital and reach out in person if you can. Use the physical spaces. We are too much into technology. I wish we had this platform in person, maybe one day or someday soon. Then in person we feel different vibes, different energy, so use that space. Then foster mentorship that turn leaders into learners into leaders. Then partner with those who are already doing it. uh, I'm not sure that I'm doing everything, but I'm sure that lots of people doing wonderful things there. So partner with them and the aligned organization, those who are already doing that work. Then communicate measurable impact, numbers, your narratives. Talk about the numbers. That's 70% doing this, 80% doing this. That people value in the number. Measurable impact should be there. I wish we have a little more time, but again, that is the activity. Maybe think about any influential community and potential cross-border and collaboration. It's a key, it's a technique where you talk about your passion, your mission, your profession, and vocation. So I will leave it up to you that think about what you really love, what the world needs, and what can be paid for, and what are you good at. So there you can develop your own community. But again, the road is not always smooth. Challenges are the sign that you're not failing. These are the proof that you're at least building and something worth building upon. So again, if there are cultural differences, you need to approach with humility. And power imbalances, again, rotate the leadership roles. Momentum drips, sustaining momentum, rituals and recognition. Digital fatigue, blend approaches. I know the digital fatigue that we are online all the time, so it is there all the time. The Zoom, the call, and the phone calls. Blend approach. Try to go in person. Blend the approach. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. Is there any other question came up? I did not see the chat button here. Is there any questions so far before I'm just talking myself here alone? Do let me know if there's any question. Let me see. Go back in there. Maybe, is there any questions so far?
No
You can turn.
questions.
Okay, no question. You can turn up the, mic there and talk to me. So from local project to the global movement. I started the science fair. I'll give you example of my science project, the science event there. So we started with a youth mentorship program. We started here at the local school level. So in the school level, we started in the classroom project. From the classroom project, we took it to the school level. From the school level, they started as a school science fair. Then from the school science fair, they started at the provincial. Then from provincial, they went to the Canada wide. And look at that, from now they're the global movement. Now, some of my students, they're representing internationally. They're not only representing nationally, they won medals at the International Science Fair. And some of them, they went to Dubai, they went to Mexico, they went other places for the global movement. So again, start the youth mentorship program. Start with clear objectives. You need to engage the stakeholders and train the mentors, develop curriculums, and monitor and ensure there is sustainability. So, from local project to the global movement. So, again, just to give you some time to just reiterate one more time the five principles. Again, start with the relationships, co create the vision, empower, don't just engage, connect across the borders, and celebrate and share the stories. So, these are the five principles that again worked well for me. And one more question, if you can answer it for me. How do you leverage community when building for global impact? Another Mentimeter question. Then please go to menti.com and respond as it displayed. Let me see if I can find these answers here. So you have the five option that what is the one action that you can take in the next 30 days to leverage your community for global impact. What would you like to do? You want to start maybe a conversation or partnership, or maybe mentor someone in a STEM, or maybe share an inspiring story online, or advocate for gender equality in my field, in your field there, or join a global initiative or network. Yeah. I'm happy that some of you are already thinking to join a global initiative or network. Maybe I asked a much, maybe I asked a lot to join the conversation or partnership or mentor someone. I'll leave it up to you. Yes, sharing, you can definitely share it. Is there anyone still thinking or still trying to figure out what would you do to start a new conversation or partnership? Again, going to leave it up to you to think about that. So, next three steps. In my understanding, try to do these next three steps. First of all, identify one aligned community that works well for you. Then invest in listening and co creation and amplify others' voices. That you have some ideas, they have some ideas, so try to amplify their voices and finding the right mentors for your program. You need to recognize them, reward them, so you foster a community of mentors. Then match it up, mentors, mentees carefully according to the interest level, according to the time level, and clear the roles. So again, this is very important to find right mentors for your program. I'll leave it up to you here. Again, alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much. I like this quote from the Helen Keller. So again, live passionately, love fully, embrace inner growth, inspire others, unite talents, and collectively create meaningful, healingful change in the world.